Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, volleyball looks to continue their winning way as they would face off against the Skyhawks of Fort Lewis at the Auraria Event Center.
The Obama administration approves a new policy for illegal immigrants.
Details on a major campus fire leaving a vehicle in total ruins.
And find out the celebs that are visiting the Mile High City. All this and much more coming up on the Met Report.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on the Met Report. I'm Addison Goodell.
And I'm Jhocelyn Avendano. A car fire at the 7th Street parking garage filled the Auraria campus with smoke Tuesday afternoon. Around 3:15 on Tuesday, the Denver Fire Department was alerted to a fire at Auraria campus. Firefighters arrived to the scene to find a Buick in flames in the first floor of 7th Street garage, located next to the King Center. The first level of the garage remained on lockdown while the cause of the fire was still investigated. The car suffered major damages, but no one was hurt. The exact cause of the fire is still being investigated. The Met Report will bring you up to date with any new information.
On this day last year, close to 700 colleges and universities from over 43 different countries participated in the National College Radio Day, and it's back. The event raises awareness for the stations and hope that people who normally don't listen to students will do so. Last year, the event was a huge success that even President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden recognized as this event. Metro is taking part of College Day Radio with KMET Radio. Tune in at www.kmetradio.org.
Well, students, it's that time of year again, midterms, and that means one thing, stress. But MSU Denver is looking to help students during this chaotic time by throwing a De-Stress Fest. The fest will take place next week from October 6th to the 9th, each day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the second floor lounge of Student Success Building. The event will feature special workshops to help students relax and decrease their stress levels during midterms. All students are welcome to attend. For more information, contact the first year program at fys@msudenver.edu.
Diversity Magazine has honored MSU Denver's efforts in promoting excellence for students and staff with the Higher Education Excellence in Diversity Award. The HEED Award competition measures the institution's level of achievement and intensity of commitment to broadening diversity and inclusion on campus through the initiatives, programs, and outreach, student recruitment, retention, and completion and hiring practices for faculty and staff. More than 300 colleges and universities were nominated for the award. MSU Denver was one out of 83 winners.
Parking just got a lot easier on Auraria campus thanks to MSU Denver's Student Government Assembly. Students have the opportunity to win 5 free parking passes that can be used at any parking lot on Auraria campus. To enter, students must bring their parking receipts with their contact information attached to the Tivoli Room 307. The parking lottery will be held at the beginning of every month. For more information, contact the Student Government Assembly at 303-352-7142.
What do you want to accomplish before you die? A new lecture series called The Buried Life will answer just that. On Wednesday, October 8th, come see this lecture based on the popular MTV television show. It's an adventure based on 4 young adults as they journey to complete their 100 things we want to do before we die list, while helping others complete their bucket list as well. The lecture will be held in the Tivoli Turn Hall at 1 p.m. What's one of the things you want to do before you die?
You know, I haven't really thought about it, but I always wanted to skydive.
Skydive?
Yeah.
I think that's
what
on my
about
list.
you?
No, that's probably on my list too. And then maybe scuba dive with a shark.
Scuba dive.
Yeah.
Maybe go to Paris or something, visit the world.
Cool.
Yeah.
And nicer weather type time in Paris.
Nice weather.
And there's a chill in the air, but how about now? Sara Pease has the weather forecast for us.
There is indeed a chill in the air right now. Taking a look at the current conditions, we're sitting at 53 degrees, which is quite chilly if you're like me and just always cold. Today we got a high of 60, not too different from the 53 that we're sitting at now. But of course we've got plenty of sunshine today, which is very nice. Only a few clouds that should dissipate a bit as the day goes on. Taking a look at hour by hour, steady 58 throughout the day, not too many changes, just a 1 degree change you won't even feel. Not until we get down to 6 p.m. when you're going to feel maybe it'll get a little chillier. So just be prepared for that. But with these cold temperatures, comes out, takes out care of the trees, the weeds. Let's take a look at the allergies. Nothing, absolutely nothing. No activity going on for trees, grass, or weeds. So there's nothing you need to worry about if you have allergies, and that's thanks to that cold weather. Let's take a look at tomorrow. So yes, tomorrow is going to be a high of 76, which is very nice in comparison today. I'm looking forward to that. Plenty of sunshine, a low of 46. Not too bad at all for a fall day. So thank you. Now back to you guys.
Thank you, Sarah. And stay tuned to find out about a class that not only talks, but gives a taste of craft beer.
And find out what trouble Michael Phelps got into again.
Coming up in sports, one of our teams jumped up in the poll and two of our teams dropped down. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome back. Students continue to walk out of classes at Jefferson County schools in protest of the school board's proposed changes to AP history courses. This marks the third week in a row students and teachers have protested the Jeffco School Board, which has proposed the changes because they feel certain historical figures and events are omitted or presented in a negative light under the current curriculum. They want to establish a review board before any of the proposed revisions are enacted. However, some people accuse these new changes of censorship.
That is ultimately adopted for all American history classes in Jeffco was dramatically different than what the AP framework is suggesting and what even the state framework guidelines are suggesting, then I would potentially worry that students might not be that well prepared to do college history work.
More news out of Ferguson, Missouri, as tension between law enforcers and residents continue to rise after the shooting of unarmed Michael Brown. Over the weekend, an officer was shot in the arm, resulting in a non-life-threatening injury. The officer was shot while chasing two male subjects who fled as the officer approached them. One of the suspects then pulled out a small handgun and fired, hitting the officer in the arm. The officer was alone at the time and has since been brought to a local hospital. Police have yet to catch the subject. Authorities believe that the shooting is not connected to the demonstrations over the August shooting of Michael Brown, even though many protesters have threatened to kill officers in the past.
For the first time in decades, a small number of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. will have the opportunity to join the military. The program, known as Military Assistance in the National Interest under the Department of Defense, will now allow immigrants without proper documentation to join the military if they come to the U.S. with their parents before the age of 16. Individuals must also have been approved for the 2012 Obama administration policy known as Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Qualifiers will have to have such high demand skills such as expertise in specialized healthcare training. Those with legal non-permanent visas such as student or tourist are already eligible for military services, but officials say it's still unclear how many of the DACA students will actually qualify for the program.
After the alarming news broke this week that a Dallas man was infected with the Ebola virus, new information has surfaced revealing that at least 100 people have come in first or second-degree contact with the Ebola patient. Health officials in Texas have ordered these people to remain in quarantine until October 19th. The virus is not contagious until symptoms appear, For more information on Ebola, visit www.cdc.gov.
October 1st marked the start of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is the 29th year the International Health Campaign has brought to awareness to the issue. Along with the American Cancer Society, the campaign is organized by major breast cancer charities every October to increase awareness of the disease. It also encourages women to get annual mammograms because this is the most effective way to detect and fight breast cancer. Each year, funds are raised for research into the cause and the treatment for the cure. According to the ACS, breast cancer is the most common cancer among women in the United States.
Learn how to protect your computer and online identity during National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. This October, the Department of Homeland Security spreads awareness about securing passwords, emails, pop-ups, and the dangers of sharing personal information online. The department recommends that you frequently change passwords and don't open any suspicious emails. For any cybersecurity questions, contact the ITS Help Desk at 303-352-7548.
ISIS is closing in on the key Syrian border town of Kobani. Despite the biggest day of airstrikes against the group, the Pentagon says the U.S.-led coalition launched 28 air raids in Iraq and Syria from Monday to Tuesday. It's the first time British warplanes have joined the States over in Iraq. Australia is now the latest to join the coalition. Prime Minister Tony Abbott announced a short time ago that the country's aircraft will start flying over Iraq in support of attack on ISIS. But he says Australia has not made a final decision on whether to actually drop bombs. And Turkey's parliament voted last night to send its own forces into Iraq and Syria. Turkish tanks are already on guard near Kobani.
Want to make your voice heard? How do you think Colorado should distribute the state's $604 million higher education budget? The Colorado Department of Higher Education is looking for input on creating a funding formula for the newly passed House Bill 1319. The law was designed to improve the state's higher education budget, which has the potential to significantly impact MSU Denver students. There will be 15 public meetings held around the state. You can view the full meeting schedule on the CDHE website, and anyone is welcome to attend. Microbeads typically found in facial washes, soaps, and toothpaste are now being found in fresh water supplies. They are also being found in the stomachs of fish that are caught for human consumption. The tiny bits of plastic are now flowing by the billions into the Great Lakes and other waterways. Illinois recently became the first U.S. state to ban the sale of cosmetics containing microbeads, and now other states are considering the same course of action. Cosmetic companies such as L'Oreal and Johnson & Johnson are pledging to phase out microbeads from their products and replace them with natural exfoliators such as oatmeal.
It's never a good idea to lie on your resume. Walmart spokesperson David Tovar has recently resigned after he admitted that he made false statements on his resume. Tovar said that he graduated from the University of Delaware with a Bachelor of Arts degree. However, Walmart found out that he did not obtain a degree from the school and was a few credits short of actually graduating. The company was in the process of evaluating him for a promotion to Vice President of Communications. Tovar had been with Walmart since 2006.
With basketball season just around the corner, it's time to visit our Denver Nuggets, who had their first training camp on September 30th. After an upsetting season last year that ended with the Nuggets missing the playoffs, fans will be happy to know that the team is looking great. The first training camp introduced some new faces such as Pops Mensah-Bonsu, Marcus Williams, and Jarrell Benamon. Players who missed out on such of last year's season due to injury have also returned looking and feeling 100% healthier. And we can't forget to mention fan favorites like Ty Lawson and Kenneth Faried, who just got back from winning a gold medal. They're back and ready to play. The Denver Nuggets exhibit the team's new depth on Monday, October 6th at 8 p.m. for their preseason opener against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian swimmer of all time, was arrested early Tuesday morning in Baltimore for speeding. But even worse, he failed his sobriety test. A Maryland police officer clocked Phelps going 84 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. Phelps went public Tuesday afternoon with an apology recognizing the severity of his mistake. This is Phelps' second DUI. His last one was in 2004, along with the notorious picture of him smoking marijuana out of a bong in 2009. I can't believe Michael Phelps, you'd think he would have learned the first time, but I guess not.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing because a lot of kids see him as a role model, so it's a shame he didn't learn from the first time.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen again, but I guess we'll see.
Hopefully.
And now to political news. Here's Michael Ronnebaum with an update on the governor debate.
Earlier this week, Governor John Hickenlooper and Republican challenger Bob Beaupre faced off in their second debate before the November elections. Negative ads, education, and Colorado infrastructure were among the topics discussed. Hickenlooper and Beaupre were trading jabs throughout the debate, but Beaupre received a crowd reaction when he caught Hickenlooper off guard when referring to the governor's stance on the trans bond exchange.
I'll have to look in that.
I'll send you an invoice for the idea.
Yeah, I think that.
A concerned voter asked both candidates what their definition for leadership is, and Beaupre did not steer away as he told the voter exactly what he thought of Governor Hickenlooper.
What's your definition of leadership? How do you exhibit, and how would you characterize your opponent's leadership style?
Yeah, I've known John for a long, long time, and like probably a lot of people that are watching tonight, I've liked John. I've considered him a friend and certainly a likable guy. Something happened along the way between mayor and governor to John, and I hear people ask all the time, does he realize he's no longer just mayor of Denver, that this is a bigger state than that?
The current polls had the two candidates pretty much tied depending on which poll you look at. All signs point that this should be a close race until the end. Next, we'll move to something some people never thought would be possible. The House of Representatives passed legislation to audit the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve Transparency Act of 2013 was passed in an overwhelming 333 to 92 vote. The bill received bipartisan support with 106 Democrats as well as 227 Republicans pushing the bill through. Representative Paul Brown from Georgia introduced H.R. Bill 24, stating this is a vital piece of legislation that will help to usher a new era of transparency in this nation's monetary policy. The Federal Reserve is a creation of Congress, and it must therefore be subject to the oversight and regulation of Congress. Well, folks, this election year could be a little different than years past. What's the difference, you ask? Marijuana entrepreneurs are making donations to their respected candidates. Trip Kieber, the head of Dixie Elixirs and Edibles, a company here in Denver that specializes in edible treats, has said the word is out that the marijuana industry has money to give. Kieber threw a fundraiser for Governor Hickenlooper, which netted a total of $40,000. However, $40,000 seems a little modest compared to the largest federal spender on marijuana advocacy. The Marijuana Policy Project plans to donate $150,000 to federal candidates this year. But how much is the marijuana industry really worth? According to the ArcView market research, the marijuana market is worth $1.5 billion as an estimation of where marijuana will be in 5 years, close to $10 billion. Ridiculous. The amount of tax revenue collected in Colorado from marijuana sales in just the first 2 months, close to $6 million. It'll be interesting to see which candidates the pot industry supports.
What a beautiful weekend we have coming up here in Colorado. Sunshine everywhere, just glorious, glorious temperatures. Over here in Denver, we're looking at Saturday right now. Over here, we got about a high of 76 degrees, low of 46. Not bad at all. Down here in Gunnison, we have a high of 63, low of 32. So a little colder up here in the mountains, but that's to be expected. We could possibly see some snow up there, so let's keep our fingers crossed if you're into skiing. Rest of the state, 70s everywhere. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. Taking a look at Sunday. Not much actually changes. 70s again across the state. Sunshine across the state. Denver, we have a high of 72. DIA, 71. Over in Gunnison, 63. So again, it's going to be a little chillier up in the mountains, but again, that is to be expected. Taking a look at the national maps here, we can see what's exactly bringing us that nice, nice weather. We have a nice high pressure system here, which is bringing all that sunshine, all that warmth, keeping the west very dry. The same cannot be said for the east over here. We have a cold front that's just moving on in, bringing all of this moisture, all of this precipitation. We even have snow up here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. So that's good for people in the north who like snow. But yeah, the east has just been getting torrential rain. Taking a look at Sunday, we see that those storms that were covering the east are actually pushed out into the Atlantic where they dissipate, leaving just a little bit of rain behind here in Michigan and New York. Nothing too bad, just few raindrops. Again, in the west, we're pretty clear. We have another high pressure system covering up over Seattle that's going to make its way down here, bringing very nice weather for us for the rest of the week. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast just to be a little more detailed. As you can see, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be our highest days in the 80 degrees. So if you were expecting some snow, I'd wait a little bit longer. It's very nice. But then we have pretty cold temperatures in the evening, which is to be expected for the fall, so I hope you enjoy it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking so forward to all of this sun. I love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the hotter temperatures. This cold week is not for me.
Yeah,
So,
I haven't been feeling it either. I'm from California as well, so it's just, I need that hotness.
yeah, I'm glad the sunshine is coming back to Colorado.
I agree. Yes,
Definitely.
definitely.
Well, coming up after the break is EMIT. We'll be right back.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can bring me down.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the mile high to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was doing a little dancing, these, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Now joining us for EMIT is Morgan Milonas. Morgan, I hear some celebs are in town for the weekend.
That's right, Jhocelyn. The Mile High is looking a little more like Beverly Hills this week. And if you stick around, I'll tell you who's here and a little bit about what's going down. But first, some iPhone business. The new iPhone 6 is making consumers a little hell-bent on its unique new features. But before you think about getting the new iPhone 6, you may want to know about a slight issue. The new iPhone 6 and 6 Plus have been bending under pressure. What kind of pressure, you ask? The phone has been bending in the pockets of skinny jeans and pants of all kinds. How much force is that? Well, for the regular iPhone 6, that's about 70 pounds per square inch. For the 6 Plus, 90 pounds, for permanent bending to occur. This conspiracy, known as Bendgate, is the biggest issue with the new generation of iPhones as of right now. More like the iBend 6, am I right? The new iPhone would be a sweet addition to the utility belt of Batman. Maybe he could even use it against Superman? The awaited Batman vs. Superman movie is in production, and Ben Affleck's new look at The Dark Knight has got some fans talking. From the handheld to the silver screen, let's talk about that Caped Crusader Batman. The long-awaited DC comic, Batman vs. Superman, is underway in Michigan, as some pictures from the Broad Art Museum, located on Michigan State University's campus in Lansing, an unknown wooden structure has just started, and it's gotten social media taking notice. The building is also under private rental from October 13th through the 20th. This leads us to believe that some shooting is going on, but it is just a hunch. It certainly looks like another action-packed thrill ride, and hey, maybe they can hire Vanilla Ice to play Mr. Freeze. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen up, folks. Vanilla Ice is back in the Mile High, and this time he's keeping it real country at the Grizzly Rose Saloon and Concert Hall. Stop by tonight at 10 and check out the hook while Mr. Ice revolves it. Vanilla Ice isn't the only rap sensation to hit the Denver scene this weekend. Snoop D-O-double-G is here to kick off the Gypsy Jane Cannabis Music Carnival at the Denver Mart. Gypsy Jane has freak shows, fortunes, and fun, along with some pretty awesome performers such as Tyga, French Montana, Travis Porter, Tinashe, and Baby Bash take the stage tonight as hip-hop's most legendary artists such as Warren G, E4O, and Snoop with the Dog Pound perform live tomorrow. Tickets are still on sale for those interested in attendance. It's high time you get on. All you need to do is visit gypsyjanefest.com for passes and more information. Check out the grizzlyrose.com for more information on the Iceman. Wow, new iPhones, new Batman, new fall premieres? Yes, folks, October has a whole new lineup of fantastic shows that you just have to check out. Grab your remotes and tune in tonight to watch AB's premiere of Last Man Standing. The new season kicks off the funny man Tim Allen as Mike Baxter facing a whole new set of funny dilemmas. Homeland returns to Showtime with a special 2-episode premiere on Sunday. Intel officer Carrie Matheson is back in action to investigate a whole new case in Iraq. But, as usual, not everything is how it seems. And just in time for the Halloween festivities, Supernatural is back on the CW next Tuesday. The two brothers return to fight off more paranormal foes, including demonized Dean himself. We were lucky enough to get an exclusive look at the new film coming to the silver screens today, so let's take a look at this week's special edition of the must-sees.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? You gotta check it out. I wanna see that.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
We have to go and check that out.
Let's see.
From the producer of The Blind Side comes a story of hardship, triumph, and togetherness. Based on true experiences, The Good Lie takes you on a journey to witness the lives of the lost boys and girls of Sudan. Torn apart by civil war, 3 Sudanese refugees are given the chance to start a new life in America. Their future lies in the hands of a spunky employment agency counselor that has her work cut out for her in more ways than one.
There is a reason you do not have a husband.
Okay, thank you so much. Little does she know, they will change her life, too. 2 stars of the film, Emmanuel Jal and Gare Douani, along with the producer of the film, Molly Smith, share their thoughts on how The Good Lie is more than just a film.
These were children of war, and it's a much, deeper, more powerful journey, but still, ultimately, at the end of the day, a moving story about family.
This movie is combination of all our efforts, of the voices of every ex-child soldier, every activist. Look at the way Good Lie is almost doing the same thing, because they're doing the movie, they know the story of the lost boys, and they form a foundation.
Education can help these people, and The Good Lie are going to try to help in that skill.
Get on up, guys, to see The Good Lie in select theaters today and Denver theaters October 24th. I'm Melanie Townsend. This has been an eMed exclusive, and
you're watching the Met Report.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but that movie was pretty great, so you guys should definitely check it out. It's really empowering and great for the Lost Boys.
Yeah, I love Reese Witherspoon, so this movie will be exciting to see.
I think I will go check it out.
Definitely.
We'll stick around and we'll be right back.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
Now joining us for the Met Report Sports, here's Myles Potter.
MSU cross-country team headed down to Stillwater, Oklahoma for the Cowboy Jamboree. And our women's team, well, they killed it. They finished first in the small university division and second overall. Brianna Hemming led the Roadrunners, finishing fourth overall with a time of 19 minutes in the 5K race. On the men's side, they finished second. Jason Curley finished 12th overall with a time of 26 minutes in the 8K race. The next race for MSU will be the Roadrunner Invitational, which, yes, it is our home meet, and the race is tomorrow at Washington Park. Here's Nick Moss to tell us more.
Yeah, it's awesome. The ladies had a phenomenal race. I think we went up and competed against Division I, Division II NAIA schools. In the small division, we ended up winning the meet. In the overall, we were second to Oklahoma State's women, who are ranked, I believe, in the top 15 in Division I. We maybe got out a little too aggressively on the guys' side and faded it a little bit, and that kind of came back and bit us when we get towards the end of the race. West Texas just kind of edged us out.
After their first win in program history, women's golf was looking to make it 2 in a row as they headed down to Grand Junction for the Colorado Mesa Golf Tournament. After finishing day 1 back in 3rd place, the Roadrunners had made a comeback, came flying back to 2nd in day 2, finishing with a score of 314. Cha-Cha Wilhoit had the best finish for the MSU, finishing for a tie for 3rd, shooting a 153. The Roadrunners will be heading down to the Lone Star State next week to compete in the Lady Buffs Invitational. After a big win Wednesday night versus Colorado Christian 4-0, our number 8 men's team took their undefeated record on the road to CSU Pueblo to take on the Thunderwolves. And well, things didn't go as planned, as the Roadrunners would fall behind in the 35th minute as the Thunderwolves would get on the board. The Roadrunners would, however, outshoot CSU Pueblo 15-13, but it only counts when the ball goes in the back of the net. Preseason All-RMAC player Danny Arubla would have a couple of those shots. The Roadrunners fall to 6-1 overall and 3-1 in the RMAC. Next up for the Roadrunners is a game tonight against Colorado Mesa in Grand Junction. MSU hasn't won in Grand Junction since 2011, so I think it's time to break that streak. Then on Sunday, the Roadrunners will be back at home for their next match versus their crosstown rivals Colorado School of Mines. That game is at 2:30. Women's soccer headed down to Alamosa to play Adams State last Friday, and things didn't go as planned. MSU would surrender a goal in the first 6 minutes of the game, but it was never fear Marie Ipog was near, as she would score off a penalty kick in the last 20 minutes of the game to force a 1-1 tie. Then number 23 Roadrunners would head back to the Mile High City, where the Roadrunners are undefeated thus far this season, to face New Mexico Highlands. First half, Brianna Flory comes up huge with the save. She would have 9 saves on the night, her career high for her. Now, free kick for the Roadrunners. Lexi Marr puts the ball perfectly in the box, and it finds the foot of Jordan Post, who is money from inside the box, and it takes it top shelf. That's her first goal this season, and that's your halftime score. Second half now, and Roadrunners looking for more as Carissa Price flying down the sidelines. She crosses the ball through, finds the foot of Tess Hagenlock, but the keeper shut it down. MSU would hold on, however, for the 1-0 win.
I thought that, we needed this game. We needed to get the result again today. I thought we came out the first half and had some really good chances. Could have easily been 2 or 3-0 if we put some of them away early and kind of end the game, but we didn't, and that's what soccer's about. And
Roadrunners would have proved to 5-1-2 overall and 2-0-2 in the RMAC. After going 1-0-1 on the weekend, they jumped to the number 19 spot in the top 25. MSU is heading down to Pueblo to face off the Thunderwolves, who hasn't beat the Roadrunners since 1999. And then Sunday, MSU will be back at home to face Colorado Christian, who hasn't beat the Roadrunners since 2001. Sounds like it's going to be a great weekend for our ladies. After beating the number 20 team in the nation in Colorado Mesa 3-2, volleyball looked to continue their highs as they face off against the Skyhawks of Fort Lewis. And there would be a bit of a hangover as Fort Lewis came out firing. Ashley Wells would have a night. She would have 14 kills on the night and 1 block to win the first set, 25-22. But Metro would rebound, coming back to win the next 2 sets. Fourth set now, Brandy Tor with the little sneak attack. She might be small, but man, she is sneaky. Then Lauren Quijano comes alive as she would have 16 kills on the night. Here's another one for you. Look at that power. MSU comes back to win 3-1.
Yeah, we came out a little bit flat. Fort Lewis was doing some nice things, and they just play a little different style of volleyball than we do, and we didn't adapt to it very quickly. But the bottom line is, by the end of the match, we were playing Metro State volleyball and doing things the way that we wanted to do, rather than kind of falling into their system. And so, it's not a great match for us tonight, but we're pleased with the win.
Volleyball, however, did lose to the number 13 Colorado School of Mines last night, 3-1. Lauren Quijano led the team with 10 kills. Roadrunners are now 12-3 overall and 6-1 in the RMAC. Roadrunners will be back in action tonight against Colorado Christian. That game starts at 7 p.m. and it's Dig Pink campaign. So wear your pink, get in for free. Guys, you gonna wear your pink and go to support the volleyball team?
Definitely.
I would like to, but I think I gotta work. So, Are you gonna go?
I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna head down there.
You wear more pink just for you and I then.
All right, I will. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll definitely wear pink and go support the volleyball.
Absolutely.
Well, that does it for this week's edition of the Red Report. For Sara Pease, Morgan Milonas, Myles Potter, Addison Goodell, and the whole Red Report staff, I'm Jhocelyn Avendano.
And don't forget to check us out on mymetmedia.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Met Report. See you on campus.